And welcome everybody. We are here at the wonderful, glorious Richmond Oval. Under 10 action in the STJFL. You're here on Duff TV, and my name is Aaron Roberts, and we're bringing all the action here for the under 10 clash. There are the Glenorchy Magpies. Their coach out there, Bobby Matters, and Richmond Blues, who are on the left-hand side of the screen. The toss has been won by them. And there are the sponsors that have helped get the Duff van down here to Richmond today. Ray Inspirations and also Full Real Estate. So thanks for those two amazing sponsors. There are the teams, Glenorchy and Richmond. And we've got a few players today from the Richmond team that are actually going to turn the jumper inside out and actually play for Glenorchy. So the player, Amelia Stewart's going to be playing with the Glenorchy Magpies from the Richmond Football Club, and we'll have a few players. So thanks very much to the Richmond players. And there's some final instructions from the coach. It is a bright and sunny and glorious day for football. And there's two really eager players ready to get stuck into the game. Lots of fans are around the oval here at Richmond. Now, obviously, the ground's a little smaller for under 10s, and there's a few other nuances around an under 10 game, such as we have some bands on the arms to indicate where players might be in the zones, where the tackling's a little different, where it's more of a wrap and a hold tackle as opposed to a full sling tackle. So we're underway here. So there's number 33 for Richmond, Angus Brunton, with the first touch and gets it out of the middle of the ground. As that's going to come out towards two very eager Richmond players there. One of those is Dorr. Imagine he'll be pretty feisty as Glenorchy get their first opportunity just to clear the ball. And that's a terrific mark. Climbing up high. Modron. Really good set of hands from Caleb. I hope I got his pronunciation right there. Another high kick looking for an opportunity. Now as Claremont go forward for the first time. It's going to be kicked up towards looking for Ford. It goes past the in-forward, gets it again. Then he looked to handle off looking for Lincoln. Lincoln couldn't quite pick it up. And Richmond will run away as the umpire ensures he gets out of that. And a lovely mark taken there by Talia Evans. Evans with a booming drop punt up towards the half-forward line. Here's a chance for the Richmond with their first shot on goal. It's wobbling towards a one-on-one in the goal square. Two very eager players now running back at it. The Glenorchy player has front position and he tips it over the ground. That's Lincoln Hunt. And I think this will be a Richmond free kick because it looked like Lincoln may have touched it last. So whoever touched it last in this division, or in this age bracket, the other team has the kick. So a dangerous probing kick towards around 10 metres out. The Blues had an opportunity. The ball's just pushed out of the hands of Abel Farrow. And we're going to have a wonderful contest there. That's two players there. And at the end, the last lady off the ground, Amelia Stewart. Now she's going to be in the ruck. Competes really well, playing against one of her teammates. Now there's a screwed round off the shoot from Max Baker. It goes across the face of goal from Max. He then runs back and tries to get the football again. It's going to be held up now, and now it's just being distributed out by Ford Wolf. Baker again. And there is Amelia Stewart on her back. And we'll have a hold up here. So early stages. It's late in the season. Remember, there's no scoring in this game. There's no ladder, which is all fine for the youngsters. They're enjoying just participating. There's the ball's just kicked along the ground there by number 6. We'll have to check who that is. But there's an opportunity coming out of the pack by Zach Dorr. And Zachary Dorr kicks the first goal for the Richmond Blues. And a neat little bit of work. And we'll see on the replay here, although he's not a fan of some of the high fives and congratulations. Just midfield replay here. A little push and shove. Dorr just on the edge of this one here. Grabs it out of the hands of Amelia Stewart. And a very clever snap and maybe a slightly reluctant response as a goal kicker. Now the Blues trying to work this one with that. A little releasing handball just out to the side towards Campbell Moore. The player there on the ground. Gets up off his feet, so well done by Brock Gunn. You've got to get back on your feet. It's the best way to dispose of the ball. Turned over here, Brunton now. Got it for Richmond. Goes up towards a half line. Baker now is definitely within scoring range. As we've got a dog just in the edge there. He decides to go short. It wasn't a bad option from Baker. He went in towards around about 15 metres out from goal. Another really good contest as the last goal kicker Dorr coming in and trying to lay some pressure as Amelia Stewart loses possession of the football. Now we've got some ferocity in a few of the tackles, and maybe that's a little bit too ferocious. Just grabbing on the hold there. It's going to be a free kick here to Max Baker. So he's going to look to his right. Now he's going to go left. Now he's going to go back. He probably's played on here. Now, it was good defensive work on the mark there from Noah Ford-Wolf. He was very persistent and just made sure he wasn't going to get around him. He instigated the movement to the right. In the end, here we see on the replay a really good smother here from Ford-Wolf. Lovely to see this open play. Martin Duffy on the camera will be enjoying the spectacle of an open game of football. Now that could be another goal. So out of the pack, congested ball, and the second goal on the board. As the celebration is, I'll tie my shoelace up. So a nice goal there for Max Baker. He's had a few touches early. We'll just see on the move for replay, right in the middle of the pack. Very similar to the Zachariah Dorr goal, where he just reefed it out of one of the defender's hands and ran uncontested into an open goal. So a couple to the Blues. One to Maxi, one to Zachariah. There's now Glenorchy with their chance to rush this one forward. Climbing up high and nearly pulling that down was Campbell Moore. Lincoln, he wins it and then he gets tackled. Then he loses it again. A lot of players just around the edge. This one there, see some of the fans just down in front of our commentary position. Thrown out by Ford. And now it's just been released for a little while. Running past that was Caleb. Now trying to reach down is Toby Johnson. Toby Johnson just falls over. And we'll probably have a little hold up here as a couple of players just dive on top of each other. A little push and shove. The last player up there is Brock Gunn. He looks pretty feisty, young Brock. Not a bad recipe as a footballer. Now that's a good releasing tap by the rucker. Little handball, a neat little job there from Talia Evans, who's had a little bit of the ball. You can see two very engaged players just trying to get the ball out. Brock's in there again. So another throw as the right hand comes over the top as Talia picks it and scoops it up towards the hands of Bernie. Maybe released it. The umpire was pretty generous, I reckon, on that occasion, just to say, yep, okay. Angus Brunton with a terrific mark, and he plays on out of defence, kicks it up towards half forward, goes over the top of Abel Farrow. Abel goes again, but then come and gets some defence from Talia. She holds it up. Tremendous work from Talia Evans, and now she gets it back again, but right next to her is Max Baker. He's trying to reef it out of her hands, and he can't. And the umpire will come to settle things down a little bit. So feisty start to this game here at Richmond. Under 10 action, Duff TV. Baker just bounces over the top of, might have been Bevan for Richmond. Now it's deep in offence, and it's a rush kick, but it's not a bad option. It actually may have gone through for a minor score. Yes, it did. So he just ran over. He was trying to turn around on that occasion. And a minor score. So lots of calling out for the players, as that's a directed, well-directed kick, but straight to Dorr. Dorr lines up again, and he kicks his second. So another goal to Dorr, ever the opportunist. And he's a very relaxed young lad. We'll see on the replay a little bit of class as he read the drop of this ball well, right there. You could see it spilled out of the hands of young Caleb Modron, and then it just ricocheted and ran in, steadied himself and kicked his second goal. Not necessarily a fan of the high five though. Modron out again in that middle position. He's just playing in the ball at the moment. There's Claremont trying to push and shove as Jet Ford may have got the handball away before he got tackled. A bit of a 50-50 call, but I think a good decision for the umpires. Interpreting. Here's a bit of run and a bounce. Either one bounce in the under 10s. A clever mark taken by Lincoln. Lincoln tried to force his way through that pack. Maybe didn't need to play on. He could have just gone back, but now it has found Ford again, so possibly too far out to score. So Ford just pops it up towards the top of the goal square, but a great defensive mark. And Richmond will clear again. Over the top of the hands of Mitchell Pepper. A lot of players being dragged. Kind of tackling's a little new for a lot of the players in the under 10s. They would have been doing it. They can do it in under 9s. certainly the wrap tackle, but a lot of them not used to getting tackled and trying to release the ball. It takes a little while, a little skill, get the hands above the shoulder, and that is hands above the head as nearly Campbell Moore taking a stunning defensive mark, and he just stands there and watches the action. Now he picks up the football, goes back again onto his knees. He's looking for a teammate to hand the ball out to, try to find Pepper. Now it's just whipped past the hands of Lincoln. Trying to pick up again is Tiemann, and it's just kicked out and bouncing off the chest. And I tell you what, young Caleb is having a bucket of the ball at the moment. If that's a metric we can measure for how well he's going, it's about his 8th kick. It's a good one too. Looking for Sinham, who comes out and nearly got it just past him, and it's going to be a Richmond free kick. So, Modron again. He's looking for Sinham again too, and it just goes past. So that boundary line getting a bit of a work over there. In the right forward pocket here at Richmond Oval. A ground which had a little bit of a remake over the last few years. And the Richmond Junior Football Club, I think it's been around for maybe a decade. I might get corrected, but Glenorchy Magpies are obviously a very long-lasting junior and senior football club for many, many decades. But the Richmond Footy Club started around about a decade ago. They've done a great job, and they've got wonderful facilities here. And we know just how good their senior side is under the tutelage of Alex Gilmore. And as we have a ball up, as Sinman tries to reach up and tap that one through the fingertips, but he can't, as Brock Gunn on his knees trying to win the football. Really close to the spectators. And young 29, that's Logan Smith. Logan's injured at the moment, and he's being the assistant coach down on the sideline, chatting away to Bobby Matters. So good on you, Logan. He's probably learning stacks about the game and a little bit about the nuance of what it means to be a sideline participant still involved in the game. Thomas Plummer. He throws it out. Nearly grabbed there by the Glenorchy player. Coming in late and trying to apply some pressure was Lincoln. And then a quick left foot kick out to the middle. This is where there's a little bit of space with this structure of having the players sort of set up in zones. It does involve, when the ball releases out, there's often some space. There's a bounce and then a hold and then a kick high. Bad defensive mark now taken by Zach Tiemann. Tiemann's kicks up towards, just hugging the boundary line. It's the last man up there is Max Baker. And now we're back to towards the action as Baker comes in and attempts to lay a tackle. It's just kicked off the ground by Talia Evans. Making a run for his Abel Farrow. Goes past him. Just thought maybe held down Amelia Stewart. There's quite a few holds going on at the moment when players haven't got the football, but the umpiring's been pretty consistent. Remember, these are volunteer umpires. They're doing a great job as Caleb Modron goes past his fingertip. He tries to lay a tackle. Now it's into the hands of Brunton. Brunton kicks and Brunton goals. Or does he? Might have been touched. Well, the umpire signalled a goal with 2 fingers. It looked from our angle here in the commentary position as a little tag then. That is going straight through. And then the umpire signalled 1 hand. And now he's kicking out from full back. So must have been a point. Anyway, Caleb's got it. He's allowed to play on quickly. And a flying number 10 coming through. We haven't got his number either, so we'll try and get his number by half-time, and the umpire's going to come in. Just a little free kick here. So Claremont just to try and repel here at the moment as we go high up as Modran takes another mark. Probably had a dozen touches so far today. And loves playing on right to the person on the mark and kicks it up high. And another brilliant grab by Aidan Batchelor. That was a fabulous mark by Batchelor. And those little toots, that is 3, or I should say it's quarter time here. And a really entertaining start here. 3 goals, 2-20 Richmond. Glenorchy had a little bit of the footy and some goals to Baker and Dorr with 2. But I reckon Glenorchy Magpies are very much in this contest. So a little bit of chatting there from the Blues players with their coach, Kane Moore. Having a conversation, a discussion and some feedback. And there was a coach just chatting to us below. We couldn't quite work out who it was having lots of things to say. There's the hooter and the signal. There's excitement for it. She took a couple of steps away to make sure no one got shocked by the fact the hooter's going again. The uniqueness of Australian rules football, one of the few sports where we've got to make a hooty noise. Most other sports are happy with the whistle. Oh, that was an aggressive punch as it was tried to smacked away from that Glenorchy player. Moore trying to grab it into his fingertips, as was Baker. That's Lily Baker. Now the changeover in this quarter, Thomas Plummer is there, just on the edge of that one. He's got his uniform inside out, so he's running around for the Glenorchy Magpies. Dished out, trying to get into the hands of Campbell Moore. Tackle laid on Lily Baker. Baker goes again, trying to pass and punch her way through about 4 defenders. And she couldn't quite. She nearly did. In fact, that was Isabel Richardson. She had some determination in her eyes as she saw that football and saw a very small window. Couldn't quite get it through. That was shut quickly by those Glenorchy defenders. So here's a squeals. It's probably the right turn. As the player gets the ball and everyone's calling out, kick it to me. Jet forward. Then he lays a tackle, jet forward. So in the action with a kick and a tackle. Just going to her knees is Richardson. And now Ford Wolf, and he's been taken, I think, a fraction high here. Well, in fact, it's going to be called holding the football. So Richmond will get it back in towards their forward line again. There's the sun streaming down. Lovely late, or middle to late winter day here in southern Tasmania, the beautiful Coal River Valley. Richardson, straight away, she's on the ball at the moment, and she's getting a stack of it. Tell you what, I wouldn't want to get too close to her. She looks like she's pretty determined as Max Baker. Had a lot of the ball in the first quarter. Clever little kick out, finds Dorr. Dorr onto his left boot, brings it up towards the half-forward line. There's an opportunity here for Richmond. It's going to be defended now by Saxon Burney. Saxon Burney's kick's not quite cleared. Another goal opportunity here for the Blues. It's gone past on the right-hand side and only minor score. There's this is the little kick out here. Just some good pressure. Straight to Toby Johnson, who was in the right spot then. But he was looking and ready for the ball to come his way. And the uniqueness about community football, you've got to go get your own ball. No ball people to get the ball. No ball kids, that's for sure. The kids are out there playing as they should do. So it's going to be passed back in here. So Claremont really keen to get a score on the board. Angus Brunton's taken the mark. Now this looks like a man who's going to go back and have a shot on goal. Look at him. This is brilliant. Is he going to stop? Turn around, Angus. You got a kick for it, mate. This is magnificent, Angus Brunton. Grass in the air. I don't even think he even picked up any grass then. Flicks the ball backwards. He went to pull his socks up. I don't think he did. Angus Brunton turns around, wheels around onto his right, bombs towards goal. Brunton, you beauty. He's got one after all the lead up and all the theatre. And we'll see a lot of that theatre here on the Mood Food replay. Angus Brunton does what a good forward does. There's a bit of pantomime in his activity, but he put the ball over the top of the goal umpire's head between the two big sticks. And the Richmond Blues have their fourth on the board. Tell you what's a long replay here, Martin Duffy. Here we go. He sped it up. That's handy. And there is the action. Great stuff. We love our local football and really liked Angus Brunton's kick on goal. Then he knew that he had the distance, but to get that extra little bit of leg work, he just went around to his right-hand side in a bit of an arc to get that extra bit of space and energy out of his kick. Campbell Moore now, and there's Brunton again. Brunton somehow grabbed that, but then he's tackled. Then he pushes out at one, kicks up towards goal. He might have had 2 goals. He has. A little purple patch here for Angus Brunton. And he'll go back to school on Monday. And he'll just walk in a little bit taller. Here is the Mood Food replay. It was a great little handball. Once again, Talia Evans involved. Just always near the ball. Just little shepherds, little handballs off. And there's Brunton running through a pack. kicking a wonderful goal. So 5 goals on the board, 2 goals to Brunton, and a couple to Dorr. And the right-hand fist of Campbell Moore for the Richmond Blues gets into the top of that one. And now some further run from Morgan. Morgan's kick, going back when the flight was jet forward. He's one of the smallest players on the field, so that was pretty gutsy from Ford. And the old feigning, I'm getting rid of an umpire by Edward Morgan, but I reckon they give you a little bit longer in this sort of footy. Max Baker, and there's Noah Ford-Wolf. Picking up with a bit of smooth work as Oster. It's his first touch. It's a good one too, up towards Ford-Wolf. It goes past him and Max Baker. I think that's going to be out of bounds, so it'll be free kick here. In fact, the umpire's going to come in and throw it up. Nearly 6 gone as Baker gets his hand onto it. Then he tries to go back and win it again. As Thomas Plummer with the uniform on his back. He nicks the ball out. Now it's just moved forward and getting a little bit of space to back is Hunt. Hunt gets off one, screws around onto his right. I reckon he's kicked that, Hunt. So the first goal on the board for the Pies, and it's in the form of Lincoln Hunt. And he looks like he was pretty determined, and that's the first time the ball's gone forward for the Pies. Here's Modgerin again. Another instigator of this. It was the one-on-one contest that unfortunately bounced over the top of Abel Farrow and then tied in the pocket. Lovely little check side finish. And Hunt has one for the Pies. So that might get them going. So we're back to the contest again as Baker just bumped off that one and impacted on his kick slightly. Here's some pace coming out of defence, or should coming out of the forward line. It's screwed back around the corner. And it finds Dorr. Dorr scoots along the turf in towards Campbell Moore. Pusher of one. Now there's a free kick here. Is it a free kick? I think it is. Yeah, so it's a free kick here. So it's going to be to Tiemann. He's going to launch. Now Tiemann ran quite close to the other player on the mark, and then he's going to have to butter up here, and he's put a bit of pressure on Oster. Wolf, I should say Ford-Wolf. I was going to say Wolf Ford. Talia Evans showing a leg, some speed, some considerable speed from her. Isabel Richardson also with some pace and trying to get another touch. Just cleared now by the Pies. Now that might be a bit of a sore finger there for Caleb. He's had a blinder. Just he banged it right on the edge of his finger, and that might be his dad running out there or a supporter. Just saw him go down. He just felt that finger. Broken a few himself. Max Baker. I should say that's Ford-Wolf for the Pies. Opportunity now as the Pies just pressing a little bit. Now can Jet Ford get onto this one? He can't. Has thrown off the ball was Dorr. Pressure laid by Max Baker. Held up here. And then we hear man up is a call out from the umpire. I should say from the coach there on the bench in front of us. One-on-one contest. Nearly one here. Opportunity for another goal on the board. Another one for Hunt. Well, out of nowhere, the Pies have a couple back, and the laconic Lincoln Hunt has 2. Someone come and give him a high five. Come on. So we'll just see you on the Move Food replay. It came out of this little ruck contest. There was an extra Richmond player here. Just the pass and the shove, so Caleb's all right again. He got in that contest. The ball went forward. Just good body position. Good understanding. Lincoln Hunt understands the game well, I'd say, and he knew how to get that. So back in the action here. Richmond with a free kick in the middle of the ground. Walks one way, and the sides, and then gets some pressure because it's been a fraction too close to the player on the mark. Now some speed out. Oh, a lot of speed. That's quality work by Brunton. And that, I think, is a response from the Blues, and a quality one from Brunton. Well, we're going back end to the other. We've had a couple of great goals from Hunt at one end. We'll see on the replay. Brunton gets it there. Bounce, one-handed bounce. Oh, that is fantastic from Brunton. Didn't just grab the football. He then had the casualness of holding it in one hand, bouncing it into the turf, getting it back and finishing it with a lot of poise and a lot of class. Amelia Stewart now with a blue uniform, turning the other way out, so she's now back as a blue. Tiemann and Modgeran knocks it further forward. Hunt again for the Pies. Well, it's a goal feast here at the moment. What a blinder shootout here at the old OK Corral. It's not a Western. We're here in Richmond. And we've got an absolute ripper on our hands between two star forwards at both ends of the ground. Lily Baker's there. And we'll just see here. There was a relieving kick. It just came out. Got a fairly lengthy replay here. There was Kayla with his kick. He's in the engine room, they call that. Look at Hunt. He just laid the little shepherd on that occasion. And it actually wasn't him in the end. We'll get that goal kicker in a minute. So the Pies are back in town. Not that it matters too much. 21 points of difference. Nearly 11 gone. And the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard / timekeeping clock. Linnell gets a little space and he kicks it up towards half forward. Modgeran again goes one way, then works around Linnell. Neat little kick. Tried to find his teammate further field. There's a really good tackle late. Caleb again. Caleb runs into an open goal. He deserved that goal and he deserved that celebration. He's been the architect, the instrumenter, the engineer. He's been busy. And he's probably had 20 touches, I reckon. Look at this. Just hesitated. So he's kicked it here. Mark was dropped. He now gets back, I reckon, at about 2 or 3 steps. There he is. Well, that you can't beat that. Energy, enthusiasm, and a little bit of pace. But a knowledge of where the ball goes and how to go get it. Now running out is more for Richmond. So we've got a humdinger here at Richmond in this under-10 clash on Duff TV. Another opportunity for the Blues. It's a goal feast. Or is that one just, yes, it has gone through for a goal. There's 2 players there endeavour to go and get it. And there you go. How's that for a celebration? We'll see you in the Move Food replay. And it was, Brunton was the man. It looked like he was trying to pick it up, but it went towards Toby Johnson. And he got some space and a little flat punt through. And Toby's now got one. So a goal feast. High scoring. And that is the sign, the signal for half-time here on Duff TV. It's 45-24. A cracking game of football. A bunch of goals kicked. Sun shining. Engaging, entertaining bunch of kids out there playing. Great umpiring, including our goal umpires. So fantastic stuff here. Let's see what the players have these days. What we've got going on here. We've got the oranges. So nothing's changed there. And there's the maybe some magnets being moved around. Some more instructions there to the Glenorchy Magpie players. Yeah, we're just counting the action now. And the little hooter. We're back away again. And one out again by Richmond. Kick is to half forward. Looks like Caleb coming out there again. In fact, it's actually Ford Wolf. That's clever. Just held on to that one, but it didn't go much further than Maxi. Maxi's got it. He's just directing traffic now. And kicks it up to half forward and reaching up high. There's young Archie Linnell. In fact, that's Campbell Moore again. Campbell Moore onto his left boot. That's a monstrous kick from 30 metres. No breeze anywhere. It's only a minor score, but an indication of some talent there with that booming drop punt. And the Pies will have it back. So the Pies coming back. And once again, thanks to Ray Inspiration. I think they've got a slogan, a sign of quality. And also full real estate. Duffettes down busy again, and there's the running legs of Caleb Modgeran, who kicks it up towards half forward. So often he has the ball, and so often he's bouncing and running into open real estate. He could probably open up a job here and sell some land, I reckon. He's having a blinder at the moment. And he's been pretty hard to stop too. Brock Gunn nearly got it. Slung in as he kicked in the tackle, and it's out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick here to Richmond. Tied up towards the boundary line. It's a beautiful ground here at Richmond. They've taken some trees down from the northern side of the ground. Got a bit of a bank there as well. Just open up the ground a little bit. Maybe a little bit more sun for the patrons on a cold day. But it certainly is a splendid facility and one of the better surfaces in country football too. Councils don't always seem to have the infrastructure to have the pristine conditions that you might have in the suburban grounds. Trying to grab that football's Lily Baker. Now's a chance for Richmond. They're going to get the first goal of the second half, and it's a pretty easy one. Actually, one of the more casual and easier goals. So Richmond with the first, and I think that's young Tierman with a goal. So we'll just see this one in the replay. Well, I'm not sure. We'll see this play on here. That was pretty classy. Like that from Angus Brunton. And we'll zip up the field in a second. There's Maxie Baker. And over the top of Moore. And through towards Linnell. And out the very end is the goal kicker, Zach Timmon. Moore and Baker trying to win that for Richmond. And somehow out of nowhere, came Zachary Dorr. So he somehow, I don't know where he came from, he just like a ninja moved out of that. Juggling mark taken by Campbell Moore. That's a clever kick by Moore because he looked straight up and found the very dangerous Lily Baker. Lily Baker's definitely within scoring shot here. She's been a casual. That snuck through for a goal. Or was it touched? Little sneaky smile from that young lad down there. It was touched, so lucky to Lily Baker. Only a minor score. But indication she could be a dangerous forward. Now she's on the mark, trying to just put that player off. There's another Glenorchy Magpie just in the way. So the ball's just been brought out away from us. Two good kicks and two good contested marks. It's now just on the defensive side of half-back. Out towards the middle of the ground. And a great little check side kick. It's found the very safe hands of Lincoln Hunt. Now Lincoln will play on here. Partly smothered kick. Some dash out of defence. And the Blues go forward. There's three Magpies in the middle of the ground. They could raffle it. Look who it is. It's Caleb Modran. He's again in the action. You can't stop this lad. Put some wings on him. Bouncing over the top of Hayden Batchelor and also Zach Tiemann. Ball moves forward now. Oh, here's an opportunity. Slapped out of the hands of Amelia Stewart. Stewart goes back again. She'll get some support from Talia Evans. And the umpire will support them as well, and you have a bounce up here. So reaching up high was Jet Ford. Just ever elusive is young Max Baker. Whenever the ball's anywhere near him, he's always looking to get it. There's a neat bit of work from Talia Evans. And the kick now comes back in again. And here come the Pies. Can they get another goal? Just through the fingertips. It's going to be in towards the pocket. Batchelor trying to pick it up. He's going to go again. Has he got enough space here? Has he got enough space? Gritty effort by Jet Ford. He might have copped one just around the face there as well. And they'll just defend here, gamely for a few moments towards Max Baker. It bounces away from him. He gets some support from Talia Evans. And Talia's got a free kick. Talia decides to kick across the face, but reaching up high was Caleb Modran. Then he gets back onto his right boot. He's a right footer. He was pretty much pushed into that kick. Some good defensive work. And through for a point. So the Blues did all the attacking in the early part of that second quarter, but it's been mostly the Pies in this quarter. They just can't get a six-pointer. Run comes out. Abel Farrow, he's pushed to the ground, as is Linnell. Now Richmond go forward. Oh, that just the cruel bounce of the oval football sometimes must be very frustrating for these young lads. That's not a cruel bounce. Neatly done by Campbell Moore. He kicks a clever little runner along the ground. And the Blues get a little steadier here at Richmond. So 59-25, and we'll see on the midfield replay. The initial kick was from Dorr. It just eluded that young lad. Lily trying to pick it up. Oh, that's fabulous. Fabulous handball. Once again, she's involved. A little stronger than some of the other lads out there, and able to get her hands free, get the handball out to Moore, and Moore, a neat little snap. Here come the Blues again. That's chopped off. Round 1, round 2. That might be Ford Wolf. Kicks up towards the half-forward line. Brunton. Now towards Triffin Haney. Triffin Haney might get it back here again. Trying to bust his way through. Now on his backside is number 10. And now it's going to be picked up again. Sneaking around the edge there is Abel Farrow. Abel Farrow taps it on the ground, and they're getting it back here, the Pies, but just on the edge of that one is Dorr. Kind of just throws it out and finds Talia Evans. She just kicks it around the corner, relieves the pressure for a little while, but the Magpies will probably come again here. And here they do come. Kicks up into a little bit of open space. Turning around is Hunt. Good tackle laid on him, which prevented him, but he gets it again. Good perseverance from Hunt. The juggling mark in the goal square. An opportunity for Teb. Just get it off the ground. It was only his hands. It's a minor score. It's a good pressure. Missed opportunity, but there was some defensive pressure. And we're just ensuring that the fans here are just taking a few steps back and just ensuring that they're nice and relaxed and calm, as we'll just see the replay here. There's a young lad just down there at the moment. Magpie player, I think he's okay. Right, so he's up again. We're back in the action again. So the kick goes up high towards half forward. And that is another beauty. So another goal on the board. And we've got some excited people around here at the moment. It was a high kick. Went over the top of all the Richmond defenders. But it didn't beat Aidan Batchelor. And that, I can tell you, he and Jet Ford, celebration of the day. And I love to see the celebration of a goal. The enthusiasm is really important. Kicking goals is great fun. And Glenorchy have a few more here. The action is back on. So the Pies back in this game. But once again, scoring's not that important. It's a participation and enjoyment of playing with your friends. Now, the head of the hand up was Zach Seaman, just shielding the sun from his eyes. So the sun will lower it this time of year. Now, Linnell. Moore. Classy roving. Delicious from Campbell Moore. He's got his second. We'll see on the replay just how classy this is from Moore. Just on a couple of occasions, his ability to read the drop of the ball. And that's obviously he's played a fair bit of Australian rules football, I'd imagine. And here comes the kick comes in, but you'll just see more on the edge of this one. It just pops up out of the hands here. Look at that. There's a bit of confidence out as well. There's a bit of athleticism. And it was a quality finish. He knew he didn't have a lot of pressure around him. But the ability to grab it with confidence and go forward and kick it. That was great fun to watch. Jet forward. Brunton. Oh, he's dragged to the ground. Well, it was ambitious, but it's going to be a free kick here. He's trying to run through that one. The Pies will just knock it forward again. The ball's just been found into the pocket, and look out, it's Hunt. Now, Hunt, he likes a set shot. He looks like he knows what he's doing. So Hunt directly in front, kick on goal. Hunt's got one. So a little run on here again. So goal for goal here at Richmond Oval. Celebrations aren't quite as glamorous and as overt as a few moments ago. But the Pies, as we'll see here, a really good kick. Hunt was by himself. He just got out the back of Amelia Stewart. And then a very accurate kick on goal. It's a beauty. And the Pies have one back. So 38-65 here in the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. In the action here on Duff TV. Tell you what, we're seeing some fabulous individual players out here, but I'd have to say there's very few players that haven't had a contribution. As I look down the list, there's a bunch of goal kickers. It's been spread evenly throughout, which is a wonderful example of, you know, I think AFL probably have the rules and the structures of these underage games and ensuring that everyone plays enough quarters too. So a lot of the rules, I think, lend you to lots of players having some success, but some edgy individual efforts, and Jed Ford's played well. Jed Ford's kick and defensive mark on this occasion. There's Angus Brunton just wiping his chops. Late here in the third quarter here at Richmond Oval. Brunton just sizing up his options. He's kicked it out to number 32 on the other side, Hunt. Probably was trying to go a little shorter than that. That might have been a throw, but love this umpiring. He's not worrying too much about that. He's just letting it go. I think it's just about participation, and he's done a fantastic job of just keeping the game flowing, ensuring the fans are behaving themselves. And that's three-quarter time here. 65-38 here in the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. And the interesting thing, in junior footy, we have dogs come onto the ground. We have people come and kick the ball. We got hooters. We got some fans. So it's all good stuff here. And we might have a little quick break. So there is a very important lady, a stalwart of the Richmond Football Club. And she's got the hooter again. I think she's the mother of the coach. She's got an important job. She's away from everyone, and I don't know if that's because she's not liked. I think that's because she's got the hooter. She doesn't want to offend anyone's ears. Tell you what, Caleb Morduran hasn't offended anyone today. The way he's played has been completely brilliant, as his kick on that occasion has gone across the face. In fact, it's nearly bounced back for a goal. Everything going his way at the moment. I do hope I have pronounced his name correct as well. And a good defensive. Now it's going to be taken on Morduran again. He quickly plays on, kicks towards goal, looking for an open space. And a defensive touch there by Zach Tierman. And he takes it through for a minor score. So 25 points the difference in what's been a highly entertaining game. And look out, he's going to play on here. Caleb goes around one, screws onto his right, and puts his hand in the air to signal, I've got two. And if it's any points for celebration, Ford Wolf is getting a couple of votes from me today. I want to see this kick out. And this is about anticipation. Look at this. He came from fifth or sixth back. And I've mentioned this in a couple of times. I've done some commentary of the junior sport. Speed is king when you're under the age of 12 in sport. It's absolutely king. If you've got some speed, you will dominate junior sport. Does not necessarily mean you'll dominate at a higher level. Being proved over and over again that the speed at some stages does disappear as people catch up. As Ford Wolf, he's got some speed, has a bounce, kicks the goal of the day. Noah Ford Wolf got around about 5 people, held up high by Caleb, his mates. And I'm going to enjoy this replay, I can tell you. And this game is getting a little closer too. Is the Pies are sniffing very much in it. So he's grabbed it here. He's by himself. Gets around 1, 2, 3. Let's go 4. Ran towards a pack of them and banged it through. Brilliant stuff. Great entertainment. Thank you very much, Noah Ford Wolf, for that one. And a goal to him. And I think that's his first for today. So really well deserved. He's had an excellent game of football. So some changes in the middle at the moment. Look like Angus Brunton there getting a touch. Maxie Baker, he gets on his right bit. Had a really good first half, Baker. And at times players can move in and out depending on where they're situated. Good mark by Dorr. He had a really good first half too. So maybe those two to get a bit of the ball. Baker moves in towards Trivet Haney. Haney walks it further forward. Morgan punches it back into the ground. Good race on here. Looks like Caleb's going to get to it first. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Where's that pace? In fact, I'll mix that one up. That was, in fact, Zach Tierman. Here he is. There's the pace. One bounce. He's been chased by Moore. Great job by Moore because Moore held him up. It's gone over the back. And a tremendous defensive mark. Looks like Farrow. It's still not out. One way, two way. He finds space where no one else can. Curls it around. And Caleb Morduran has his third. And the kids don't know the score. It's 7 points on the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard. Jackson Motorcomb. James C, thanks very much, helping out the Duffettes for another season of STJFL football. And we can't forget Cripps the Master Baker too, the sponsor for the competition. We are mentioning a lot of corporation industries here on Duff TV, and we don't get out of at the van out. Martin Duffy will not put on a pair of shoes until Sunday, junior football, and he gets pumped. Martin Duffy doesn't sleep on a Saturday night, waiting for a big clash of STJFL action, and I reckon this is one of the best ones we've had all year, as it's just gone out of bounds. So the scoreboard says 7 points. Kids don't know that live, and as they see the replay of this game a few days after it, as Max Baker gets around one, can't get around the second player. Knocked on towards the ground towards Edward Bevan. Bevan might better go grab this one back again. Toby Johnson, who's playing for the Pies in this last quarter, holds it up. And with nearly 5 gone, tight contest. Both teams probably know it's fairly tight. Linnell, he'll grab it first. He's got 2 other mates there to try and help him. And a great work by Trifford Haney. He held that one up, he tackled hard, and he's going to get a ball up. So a dangerous spot here for the ball up to occur. Great job by the ump. Once again, just understanding the nuance of things, and he's dragged that one out just a few more metres to give the kids a better opportunity here. You see a little bit of breeze, maybe just taking that very light football away. Edward Bevan. Now it's towards Baker, onto his boot. Tries to screw it around, can't. There's a player just waiting under that ball for ages. Nearly Farrow's ball. He probably could have kicked that one off the ground. Decided to try and pick it up. Dawes in there. Second attempt. Couldn't get it. Third attempt. Pushes off his teammate. Actually pushes off one of his mates that usually plays for him in Toby Johnson. A bunch of players on the ball. Door up last. And he'll have a ball up right in front of the goals. Scoring opportunity. Johnson with a tap. Tackle late by Triffin Haney. He's getting a little bit of the ball in this quarter. Just punching through that one is Bevan. Really difficult to get a possession out. They're spinning out brilliantly. His gun. Hasn't really gone a long way for a few minutes. And once again, that's probably about the 4th throw up we've had in a very small radius. And a lot of players are just kind of within sniffing distance of the football at the moment. Archie Linnell. Now somehow out of nowhere, Edward Bevan's managed to find a little bit of room. Now it's banged on the boot of Abel Farrow. Abel Farrow's found something. Has he found a goal? No, just missed. I do like a casual goal umpire. We're going to do the goal umpire of the year here on Duff TV. Hoppy's seen some games. Tubes has seen a few. And we've seen a few senior and junior games and schoolboy games and representative games. I think I'm going to be looking and making some notes on the goal umpire of the year. And I'm talking about a goal umpire as just a volunteer. There's a little chip kick. Now, Linnell's got it. Linnell smothered. Door again. The ball's been here for a long time for the Blues. Now out of here is a free kick. Door's got it. He's looking around. Is it mine? No, I've got to come back a few more steps. So Angus Brunt just coming there doing some organising. Now we're ready again. Door's got a fair run up here. I reckon he was okay the first time. So directly in front. It's okay. It's better than okay. Zach Tierman's got one. The Blues have one. Just stretching that lead out again. So it's been a game that Richmond had a really good start. Although Glenorchy were very much in it, Richmond certainly had a bit more of the ball, a little bit more efficient up forward, but here came the Pies in that second quarter. As you see here in the replay, the shot on goal from Tierman. Just see it sort of floating through, just gathering enough distance to get it over the top of the defenders. But in the third quarter, really even third quarter, and I think we've had a pretty tight last quarter too. So for most of this game, both these teams have been very evenly matched. And Isabel Richardson battling for the football. Finally won out by Ford Wolf. Now, Ford Wolf got away then, but then was tackled. Now he's going to have a bounce. Looks to go into his right boot. Kicks it up towards the pocket. Trying to come out. And mark that one is Simon. Might get it again here. Cooper picks it up. Loses it. Now it's towards Baker. Baker clears it for now. Baker looking further afield towards Amelia Stewart. Here goes Caleb again. Swings around onto his right boot. It goes towards goal. It's going to be kept in here, so it'll be cleared. There's a bounce out of defence. Going to have to clever use of this one. Risky kick back in towards half forward. Goes past a few Pipe players. Maxie Baker dribbles it further forward up towards the half forward line. Linnell now. Linnell moves it up towards Dorr. Dorr reaches down, tries to pick it up. He's pushed from behind, but that's okay. Dobie Johnson slung out of that one. Kick up towards goal. 1-on-1 battle in the goal square. Johnson again. Held up. Probably. No, Johnson still got it. Pushes off one. Then gets a handball away. And finds Triffin Haney. Still not released here. And still not out of this dangerous defence. Dorr just misses the mark. He may get it back again. And now it's going to be held up. And just control things down. Thomas is further afield asking for this one. It's gone a bit more direct. Aidan Batchelor. Still kick forward and a crafty little move there. And it's fine. Edward Bevan. So further instructions there from Angus Brunton. And Bevan now runs with some pace towards the goal. It's just gone off to the side and a minor score. So free-flowing, high-scoring, uncongested game of football, what we love. And maybe these coaches should be coaching higher up to get this uncongested stuff, although the zones do help. Waiting under that one for a very long time. It finally came down toward Oster. They're not easy to mark. Oster plays on now. There's two Magpies here. They're trying to raffle the ball. Little hold then. Spinning around. And tries to find a player further in ball. Nice little contest as Modram forced off it. And is falling onto his backside is Linnell. Trying to grab that one's Farrow. Farrow desperate in defence, trying to keep that one away. Magpies trying to get one back here, 73 to 58. Running out, coming out is Talia Evans. And towards Pepper. Leaning down and grabbing that one is forward Wolf for the Pies. Now some space and a little bit of gap in front of him. There's a Shepherd off there. Probably okay. I'm not 100% sure if Shepherds are allowed in this comp, but I think it's okay. It's gone again. Caleb gets it. High tackle laid on him by Lilly. Spins around again onto his right boot. Towards the goals. Just to the right and a minor. So Jackson Motors Company scoreboard just down the left-hand side of the screen. Shows it's a pretty tight game, but there's not a long time left in this one. Caleb tries to find Archie. Booted off the ground. And it's towards Edward Morgan. Caleb Modran again. Slings it up towards goal. But a really competent defensive mark. And once again, players loving the play on here in this under-10 game. Little toe poke off the ground. Be forward Wolf on that one. Brilliant pick up. And driven forward again. Oh, waiting under that one for an eternity. I think that was Lily. And she just chips it out further afield. In towards Stewart. Stewart just haps it on with her hands. Now it's towards Hunt. Hunt didn't have much space then. Didn't have many players around him. And Tubb is in there. And it's going to go back. I don't think he's going to have a shot here though. So Brunton on his right, kicks up towards Baker, misses Baker, finds Dawes. Now Toby Johnson. Pick it up's the call, but that's okay as Bevan just toe pokes off the ground. Another player who's really confident to bounce the ball. He's going to have to get rid of it though, is Oster, because he was tackled. He's tackled again by Max Baker. Wonderful work by Max Baker. Back in towards Oster, just kicks it high. Call up the umpire and a defensive mark. So it's taken here by Batchelor. Batchelor looks up, plays on, kicks it up, tries to find the hands of Ford Wolf. Ford Wolf couldn't quite get it. Pressure laid on Campbell Moore. Picked up again by Aidan Batchelor. Moved up towards the half forward line. Coming in late was Caleb Morduran, and then he just holds it up, prevents any player from getting away. And just thrown out of the hands there by Lincoln Hunt. Not happy with that decision. Not a bad one. I think that was fair for the umpire. Taylor Evans just spills through her. She goes, gets it back again. Then she loses possession again. Now it's out towards Lily. Lily's there first. She'll just provide a bit of a shepherd here. That's a good job from her. Finds Zach Tierman. Zach Tierman gets it further forward again. Here is a chance for Richmond. Great contest down here. Two players have had a fabulous game of football, nearly tripping over their own feet. That's how much pace there is in those two lads as Aiden Batchelor last on the scene. Out of bounds. He might get it back here. I reckon that might be the final siren. And that is the last play of the day here on Duff TV. It's a Richmond win. Glenorchy just missing out. They had a great game, but as we mentioned, the scores aren't that as important as the two teams now coming together. So a great game of footy, plenty of goals. Brunton kicked a bucket, Dorr kicked a couple more, also kicked a couple. I think Caleb Orgeron was probably, well, let's say he was the best player on the ground. Lincoln Hunt had an influence on the game with a few goals. Love a little bit of sportsmanship there. And there's Logan Smith. He will be hoping to be back soon. Full Real Estate and Rave Inspiration. Thank you to those two sponsors for them, the Richmond Junior Football Club and the Glenorchy Magpies. And there is our final score here on Duff TV. It's been a beauty here at Richmond. We've enjoyed it very much. And the assistant coach going off the ground and a little chant. And there we go. It's men's TJFL action, under 10s. My name has been Aaron Robertson. Enjoyed your company here on Duff TV. We hope you enjoyed the game here. In the end, a little sneaky win. And we're back in another game too very soon here on Duff TV.